My favorite VR game is Echo Arena from Ready at Dawn, and I love it because you fly around in zero gravity, and it's a competitive game, a VR esport, and it's just a lot of fun to be in there with other players trying to accomplish the goal of working together to score and win the game. So I have a few fun facts real quick. I was the first female player to qualify for North American Regionals, and I was also the first seeded player to play competitively in the VR League. I was the oldest player to play in the league in the first season and second season, and I didn't play in second season, but I was good. And another fun fact is I ride a unicycle. So I love the community, the VR community, and what it means to me is that you play different types of games with different people, and you just love the variety that we have in VR because we can meet anybody from around the world of different religions with different languages, you know, genders, everything. It's wonderful. And so I think that community means all of us together and just being kind and caring and becoming friends with people you otherwise would not have the opportunity to meet, because we're in a virtual environment that allows us to connect, and we can also connect and be closer because of the presence and the immersiveness of VR. And so that's what community means, and we care about each other. I just love it.
VR game.
It's gonna have to be Onward. What a fun FPS game to play. I've always been a COD player. Onward just made sense in the end. It was a fun story. It was one of those techs that I'd always wanted to try that I really never got the opportunity to until I got established, got a job, got a place. But I found Oculus on, God, it was probably on Facebook that I saw it first. And then after that, God, I don't know, I probably did maybe just a couple hours of it. And then when the esports scene approached me, then I started getting really heavily into it and started doing casting for the league and running my own team and everything. So it's been a long journey, but I'm really glad I got to do it. It's one of those things that's really fun for me.
What's the community like in this league?
Fantastic. I mean, when communities are this small and growing, everybody is sort of the same mind, right? They want more people in, they want more people to interact with. Everybody's helpful, everybody's interesting, right? Everybody comes from different walks of life. You can come into something like this.
And who were one of the first people that kind of invited you into the community?
It was Not Ready from the Onward League, and I was approached by Sleepy and a few other people from VR Master League. But really, I mean, it was a lot of videos. There's a lot of Twitter stuff and YouTube stuff. Silent Night was one of the first people I watched on Onward specifically. So there's a lot of people. It's a community game, right? Interesting fun fact about me, I actually am pretty terrible at 2D shooting. So VR was the first time I was actually really good at a first-person shooter in, I don't know, 15 years of gaming probably. So it was an interesting thing to go from something I was always kind of mediocre at to being the captain of a team.
Onward, 100%. Woo! This lady right here found my boyfriend because I was watching him play Onward and was like, you have a girlfriend, we're gonna get her into VR. And so Noman, who's over here somewhere, showed me VR, showed me all the cool stuff you could do with it. I was a gamer into first-person shooters anyway, so I just fell head over heels for it. I work for Nintendo of America, so I'm in gaming and I also love gaming, kind of both.
So, my favorite VR game is Nature Tracks. And then you would say, Nature Tracks? Why Nature Tracks? Because the moment I demo it to elderly, they totally love it. They get so amazed by all the different worlds they can be in. And for them it's like just magical. So I got into VR because of Natey. So Nate is my brother. He backed the DK1 and then he gave me a demo, and the first demo was Temple Coaster. So I was sitting in a chair and I looked behind me and there was this big huge ball chasing me. So that was my first experience with VR. So a fun fact about me is that I work in elder care and that I try to use and make VR for elderly, so I think it's pretty cool.
What's your favorite VR game?
My favorite VR game is definitely The Lab. It's like a classic. Yeah. I got in VR through a friend at school. He introduced me to like the Kickstarter of the Oculus Rift DK1. So I backed it. I felt adventurous back then. I actually also play games that are not in VR, because most people think because I'm a VR personality that I'm only spending all my time in VR, but I also really enjoy playing pancake games. It's a guilty pleasure in a way. Yeah.
My favorite VR game is Climb. I really want to go to Everest. I'm never going to make it there. This is the best opportunity I have. My husband brought one home and said, hey, put this on. It's a lot of fun. And he was not wrong. And now we have two.
What's a fun fact about you?
I have a miniature dachshund named Reptar.
What's your favorite VR game?
Definitely Echo Arena. It's the game I started with, and it just sticks in my mind. I will never forget the first moments. It's amazing from the movement, and what I always loved about it, when I stopped playing, it was still running in my head, and I started pushing off myself and all the real things in the real world, like door frames and stuff like that. When I fell asleep, I always woke up because I hit myself in the head because I tried to catch some discs in the moment, and yeah, that's Echo VR for me. Just an amazing experience. I started VR because my husband thought it's just new technology. We're always curious about just testing it, experiencing it, and yeah, so I just tried it. Didn't have much expectations and was just wowed at what I got to experience. And I love about VR that I get to play with people from all over the world, and it's great to improve your language skills, although I would think twice about where you actually use that gamer language.
Yeah, in late 2017, a good friend of mine, he got the Oculus and threw me into a couple of games, Job Simulator, Superhot, Echo Arena, and I absolutely found love. So I committed that Christmas to invest in a VR-ready, I built my first VR-ready PC, and it was history from there. I bought my first Rift. I came out to OC5 as a community member of Echo Arena, and I decided I want to work in VR, and it has changed my life. It's the future. I'm a total tech romantic, and it gives me shivers and makes me emotional because it's an amazing technology.
I'm Vivian, otherwise known as Control Flirt Delete. My favorite game, obviously, is Onward. FPS shooter. I play it in the League. It's amazing, but not just the game, because like the game is really well done, but also the community. The community's great. They're supportive of, you know, me, my teammates, women in general, like, because gaming can be hard. We all know that, you know, but this community they're progressive, they're great, they're fun to be around, they're ridiculous, a little silly, you know, they can't take hints sometimes, you know what I mean, but overall, wonderful. I got into VR because my brother's roommate had it over Christmas, and my daughter loved it so much, and so then I was like, sure, I'll get to it. I actually work with emerging technology, so I just studied it, but I hadn't got into it yet. So then when I did for Christmas, it was great, sold, bought it, living it now.
So I am Ashley Wright. My favorite VR game is Beat Saber. I actually got into Beat Saber because I had spine surgery in 2018. Prior to that, I couldn't walk at all and assisted. I was in a walker full time. I had no use of my left leg, and I had surgery on April 26, 2018. There was a 15% chance I'd never walk again. This surgery was a success. I got Beat Saber as part of my physio. So when I first started playing, I could play like one song at a time, 3 minutes, and then the next day I could play 2. The next day I could play 3. And then when I could stream, or when I could play for about an hour, I started to stream it for my friends that didn't have VR. And Team Gravity just kind of found me. They asked me if I wanted to do content with them. Since then I've done, like, you know, I'm here at Oculus Connect, I've been all over the world. And so one fun fact about me is I'm colorblind. So I have tritanopia, which is blue-yellow colorblindness. Girls can only be blue-yellow colorblind, we can't be red-green. And boys can only be red-green colorblind, they can't be blue-yellow. So I cannot see the color blue, I cannot see the color yellow, and by extension I cannot see the color green because it's blue and yellow together. And I got to meet the people that made my favorite game ever. Now I can't stop crying! Ooh, the Beat Saber devs.
Alright, favorite VR game? Onward, for sure. I watched Onward videos, went out and bought a Vive, and then a Rift, and now an Index, and I've been, yeah, just these awesome people keep me around. So. I speak Chinese fluently. Spent a year in Taiwan, so I speak Mandarin.
Favorite VR game is Onward, and I got into Onward. I basically decided I wanted to get into esports, and I had my VR set up, so I tested out Onward for the first time, played in a rookie league match, and I was hooked from the adrenaline of Onward.
Okay, so my fun fact, I guess, would be that after I decided to get involved in VR esports, I ended up being the newest member of a team, and now I'm actually the captain of that team with the co-captain of the original team.
Not gonna lie, my favorite VR game is Vivecraft. Non-Minecraft, Vivecraft, that particular mod where everything that you do in the game actually matters. The harder you swing, the harder it hits. When you actually stare eyes with an Enderman and he rushes you, you just scream like, all right, I need to upgrade my processors here in order to make this thing look better. It's literally what made me upgrade to higher end gaming hardware.